A collection of 20 pieces of candy contains both chocolate bunnies and chocolate eggs. Bet you can tell what time of year this is. There are 6 more eggs than bunnies. How many of each candy are there? Easter candy. Let's take a look at this thing. I don't want to have to reread that whole thing. Wow, we're going to look at here. Information. I think some of you can probably wrap your hands around this. I can already see some of you looking, let's see, I have bunnies here. I need to go buy some candy so I can count them out and make sure this really works, all right? But the idea here, we're going to play with this a little bit. What better way to go? 20 pieces of candy. Yum. All chocolate. But we do know that some are bunnies and some are eggs, chocolate coated, chocolate filled, all sorts of good things. Make me salivate here. And we do know there's a few more eggs than bunnies in there, all right? So how much of each candy, or how many pieces of each candy are there? So let's take a look at this, all right? Starting with, what do? We need to make some definitions of variables here, all right? I'm going to work with 2. I could do with 1. I could do with 1 variable. I could, honestly, I could. But I'm going to go with 2, all right? So I'm going to let x, I'm going to use x and y here because they're both chocolate. And B's look kind of like 8s, or they look like 6s. They're not my favorite variable to use. So I'm going to let x be the number of chocolate bunnies. Chocolate, let's see if we can spell that right. It's getting close to Easter, folks, in case you were wondering. Yeah, there we go. Number of chocolate bunnies. And how about y will be the number of chocolate eggs. There we go. All right, got it going, got it ready. Now, what we know about these, that they total up, these great chocolate masterpieces, total up to 20. So one equation is going to be x plus y equals to 20. In other words, number of bunnies and the number of chocolate eggs add up to 20. I also know another little hint down here that there are 6 more eggs than bunnies. So my bunnies are x, or we got more eggs. No, we got more eggs, right? So we're going to say y equals, let's get it straight here, is going to be our bunnies plus 6, all right? So equals bunnies, which are x plus 6. Now we're ready to go and check this out. Now for some of you, like I said, playing with this thing, think about some ways that you can add up to get 20. That's not hard to do. Start thinking of combinations. Oh, 10 and 10. Well, that certainly doesn't work because you got 6 more of one than the other, all right? Maybe 15 and 5. Those add up to 20. You get the idea. There's quite a few combinations, but only one is going to make that part work, all right? So as we look at this one more time, show where we got our equations. X plus y equals 20. That's bunnies and eggs. There you go. And over here we've got 6 more eggs, so the eggs is equal to 6 plus our bunnies, all right? This is just saying use substitution. So we're going to box it because the y is already by itself, and we're going to send it. We're going to send this x plus 6 right over there into the y position, all right? So here we go. We're going to say x plus, we'll take the y out and put x plus 6 right there in it. See how we boxed it? We sent it. Say goodbye y, put an x plus 6 in there. The whole idea of doing that substitution moment is, very simply, we want to have one variable, all right? We want to have one variable. And when we look at this, it's going to give me 2x plus 6 equaling to 20, all right? Now, my deal is, let's get x by itself, so let's subtract the 6, both sides, subtraction property, equality. I got a 2x, and I've got a 14 over here, and folks, it looks like x is going to equal 7. Now, let's go back a minute. What is that dealing with? What type of chocolate is that? Our x stands for bunnies, all right? So that's 7 bunnies. Let's put a little note there so we remember. Now we're going to figure out the eggs. Well, we said that we're going to be 7, and we're going to add 6 onto that. And I'm catching y equals 13. So it looks like 13 eggs. And if you look at those two, they do add up to 20 pieces of candy. So we have 20 candies. And you obviously have 13 eggs and 7 bunnies. We'll put them right back up here where they belong. No, excuse me, is that right? Yes, 7 bunnies and 13 eggs. Good stuff there, all right?
For more math help, visit TNLearn.org.